Hello, is Dupala is there?
We haven't seen Jupanla yet.
He just called me and he said like you guys didn't open the Zoom. Maybe he was not able to join.
I don't know. We're on here waiting for him.
Yeah. Huh.
Where is he right now?
He's in Hawaii and
Oh,
Kauai.
that's right. Yeah. That's right. Oh, okay. Hmm.
Hmm.
Strange, huh? Maybe he has some audio problems.
It doesn't look like he joined yet.
Oh, really? Oh,
I thought he was here, but it's Anila checking on us. So
Called me. He just called me and he said like, oh, you guys didn't open the Zoom yet. Then I
oh,
kept
I just got a message from him. He says, hi. Wait a minute. Let me see what he says. Uh, um, let me write him back. To come back, send a voice message. Zoom. Ask him, where are you? Oh, he's saying that he has a hard time opening the Zoom. He has some issues. He's trying again.
okay.
Hmm.
I sent him the link again. Maybe I don't know.
I'm telling him, okay? There's no password for him, right?
No.
Okay. I told him that you sent him the link too.
It's definitely the right link. Hmm. Anila, should we start opening prayers or should we just wait?
Oh,
Yeah, he's on the phone. He said like he is not able to join. I don't know, something, some technical issue or some internet problem or something. He said yes, you can do the opening prayer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Will you do that with me, Anila?
You can do.
You do the Tibetan.
Okay, then we'll do the opening prayer. And I think he's entering now. He's joining now. Should I still do?
当天东儿当去牛的那那米巴拉扬达巴拉左贝。强求人不起托巴来恰，到了当我来起别着，诺巴来起别给，得我当他们亲亲别玩这就玩。七八他们起结束起别马，南克当年别心间他们起的我当天，东儿当起牛的拉那米巴拉扬到巴拉左，强求人不起托巴来恰，第七的上。马姐姐，我的龙啊，一双，yeah, English.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment.
一起的上马姐姐，我的龙啊，一双给我来过路，马些我的龙啊，一双给我来过路。遇见人的送的人马上他，咱们姐我的龙啊，一双给我来过路。
For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
现在在那里，你车架也过什么了？在那个卡巴上推面，车架那车架也过没多少，听最多什么了？工作是，车架手气敲什么最多是什么了？
Yeah. So Jupan says sorry. He had some issues with logging in because the internet where he's at is not very strong. And he thinks that maybe the Zoom requires a stronger internet with the video.
我这里这当地顶上你卡巴写的大些没写了，老皮那卡巴顶上对面卡巴过节是意思，卡巴他就这种新把我让做了话什么，俺去那去了，他俺给写了皮那要不么多，这些年他那是把上广大我去之后，再可能说他。
So he has also not been checking his phone. They're doing a retreat. He has not been checking his phone so much. So he's not been really looking. And so now he's been, yeah, actually, not just did he not look at the phone, he also turned it off for the whole time. And so just now he turned it on, and so yeah. So then he couldn't get into Zoom, and then so he called Annie for this reason.
야, 다들 나면 다들 편바 미비 추주세 들어와. 다 편바 미비 추주세 다 주메류라 년고다 점조 제다라 제정 나타지 그게 바 편바 미스. 다 주메류 선상 가서 르본데 다 주마 주르세와 주르. 제가 제 류다다 년고세나 제 야보 가시 사야 야보치 동야 야보치 가시 지나 제 양만 제 지로 도로 야보 공 티가 나기 도로 저거 단 전부 뭐부터 거셔로 안 알았어. 뒤상마치 티가 나리다 제 거래 주가 된 다음에 나 뭐고 거는 와. 我真的是这个人都开始经常在没啥机会出现了，也是没啥面子，咱把相对的偏多一些了，有嘛的也是机会出现，因为俺把偏把面是。给如果能给这就按照说的，他在罗穷能把钱那罗开些这罗给人现在在心里，他呢这是搞的好不有了吧
So now we are on our next set of instructions, and that's the 10 useless things. First one is, it is useless to cater to and perform protective rituals for this illusory body, since it will most certainly perish no matter how much trouble you take. And so now, so regarding that, so no matter how much we take care and look after this body, it is impermanent. It brings no true benefit. But then, so what we call this illusory, it's the illusory form. So that's our body, and it's illusory because it won't last. And still we look, we cherish it. We need good food to eat, and we need nice clothing to wear, and we pamper it with different like comforts and lotions and things like that. But in the end, it still changes. It is impermanent by nature, and it just decays anyways before too long. It changes moment by moment, and so moment by moment, they're getting just older, and so therefore it's very difficult to try to hold on to that. So, okay, is Ruben gone again? I think he's not here, right?
He's gone again. Looks like the
Oh,
my goodness.
there's some that connection. Yes.
Maybe everyone, we should turn off our video. I don't know if that's also for him to load.
Mm.
건도에
So then let's
치인도 도데
Mm,
다신류 다신로 랍사인베
let's say.
다시 세주메류 다다파된 바시오 마레스 란도 다파된 바른도 진짜 가르치나된 바 마스 니바데 상생노라 상생노라 스나다 남세 지장치 치외 넘버 디모라 과동 바신 로스 다제 주변조다 이나다 스나레 다납센데나데 소소 해주 치마바바치 스나스나 나 소소 해주 치마바자 사사카시 지치류랑 시류는 두로서 디모선 두로 공야요 마스 라파동도 로그레스 어쩌네 소소소다 제 뭐고 요새다 다다 소소 정보들에서 디스페이치 지난데 마토데게 소소 시민님은 가야 키야요 말에 대변도 싫어요 말에 좀 조사를
The next verse. It is useless to crave material things and be stingy with them, since the day you die, you will leave poor and empty-handed, no matter how much trouble you take. So no matter how much we try to accumulate wealth and possessions, it won't help us at the time of death. So we often tend to pile up things and collect things, and then we refuse to share them, and we also end up not using them even ourselves. And so then when we die, all of that will stay behind, and we will go on empty-handed, and all of those possessions that we have hoarded and accumulated remain unused and useless at that point. So it's wiser to make good use of what we have now.
단 카르베브 단 강성 카르베브 단 강바 지고 베 선군 베키야 토가에 레몬다 천도와 세베네 키 군베강 무폰다 마르원다 천도와 마르몬도 천도와 테베네 그라그라사 군바 이마이나 홀나 테베네 베네 소르와 샤다 베베 단스 강성라서 가바 친이 지在장 체베 넘버 지콘도 로야 군도 바펜바 미스타 강바 제가도 다야고 근데 야 다가레 마보 자고레서 강바도 자 다는 호이나 게찰라 쇼다 내서 자리나 강바다 자야 다 요마다 니모거려 요야 로송도 마보제 여러 와다 나서 내가 요마다 그거가 마보제 지장스 집에 넘바 다른 집에 넘바 다 강바 나리 바로테 고온도 그냥 핑크 마르스 강바티 핑크 마르와 어때네 다 펜바미 성인도 다 전류에서 다 매게 다 전류 요다 나다 이제 당다 나 고쇼 나도 이제 소고도 되고 고쇼 나도 다 소소소 원장 간소나 다 쇼히엔다 디시나 나도 이다 제쇼 지고 뭐보지 치장디 그래 자자자 준비해라 매바 이제 소소세 做 그렇지도 하지 다들 배장의 컴바니 하지 그거는 마소 공부 방식 그래 디스노아 말해 컴바니오테 호노만 보스 대하지 호노 마소 공부 소소 내가 뭐보래 하지 소소소고 좋아한다 그래 소소한 컴바 호노 소리 소소 언로랑 사대 말해
Mm. Then the next verse, it is useless to build castles and mansions, since the day you die, you leave alone, and even your corpse will be thrown out, no matter how much trouble you take. And so no matter how much hardship we endure building big and fancy houses, there is no real benefit and no end to that. So there's this castles and mansions I mentioned here. So it refers to there's also certain styles of houses in the Tibetan tradition that are very nicely ornamented. So it's not just any house, but it's a castle kind of house with different kind of ornaments and so on. And it also it takes a lot of hard work to build all of that. And in America maybe, so that's in Tibet now, but in America maybe we don't have to build our own houses, but we still have to pay for them. It's still very expensive, and then we have to pay off the mortgage, the loan, and it's exhausting. We spend our entire life to pay back that loan, so we working really hard, then we'll wear out our body, and then in the end when we die, we are not only leaving all that behind, maybe even unpaid, but even the corpse will be thrown out of that house. And so of course we need a place to live. We need a dwelling place, we need to survive, but it should be enough to have something simple, and we should be content with something just simple and enough for us. And rather than chasing something that's really fancy and really nice and big, and then you spend your whole life just working to pay for it, and then at the end, and your body is like totally broken down, and when you die, anyways, you will leave it all behind.
真的，这不讲父母来说，他吃我生的本家，这有点不公正的，他这俺本家公正有点是吃我了不着。我真的想得先解开，我不亲自跑讲，这边推出偏头比讲的意思，但这边这本家的不可能，我和你们偏头也买了也是个吧。我这几天没来这边这种有啊，当我留肯当超市，但当我留肯当超市不可以按那吃的不都当什么？当这那把我就得从嘛把超着的是留肯当超市。Part of Kai is central, Kawabaka central notice. Tama
Part of Kare.
Saya antung natan tro challenge chasi kondu sa notice. Tro notice. Tama lack nordros. Tama lack nordros. Tiri dawu ko sa pang. Da no so da ngris da pang di. Det depend på hela men då men där det är ju vad tänker hon så där innan men det då och där ser vi när kalla där på que pent och mares la för att då China.
And then the next verse, it is useless to lovingly take care of your children and descendants, since they have no power at all to help you at the moment of death, no matter how much trouble you take. And so that is not just children, but also descendants like nephews and nieces and so forth, and all your extended families. And so you look after them, but you really get nothing in return of. And Milarepa, for example, said, so first when the child is born to the mother, and the first thing it does is it robs the mother of her like beauty, of her radiance. So after she had a child, it's not like before. And then in the middle, then they drain all of your wealth and your food. And then in the end, they often even turn into enemies, fighting over whatever's left behind, what they haven't already gotten. And so therefore, when you die, these children will not be able to help you at all.
他真的当年他说过这种身体当我从现在是讲，这边拿不了几块着，中领着偏半米，但是这边那个那个，但忙起这边那个那个，我当年生了本家中有点在戳破有的，在戳破中他戳破开了我的这种可惜我 CMC， 但我从忙不起过，他说在控制3周个那44期，我在康复做起个晚上了。我是去过说，在去讲是让西边南巴那大几铺中米听着话的偏半米，在西边南巴做破中么在去就嘛，大家不建议呢，节不。所以呢，嘛，忙不就有那过去的可能就不对，下面是嘛，忙在吃多少药嘛，干真不有的，我才信那他真能一的，这前面能不推荐那 the Jerbon Rova, Shivan Tujina the Jerbon, Rajonas, Lonju Zatan, Yeshi Jiman, Zamora, Lonju Zatan, Yeshi Jiman, Sinaora, or that's into this, Pibana Jamis.
And then the next verse, it is useless to affectionately care for friends and relatives, since the day you die, you leave alone without their company, no matter how much trouble you take. And so now, of course, when we look after our family, that we do everything. We try our best to please them. We look after them. We try not to anger them, to upset them, and we work very hard to make them happy. But then when death comes, then none of them can follow us. For example, even a king who is surrounded by powerful armies and servants and subjects, when the king dies, he has to go alone, and none of them is going to go with him. So when we die, all of these relations are of no benefit to us. We cannot take them with us.
Or that's in Jola Tassarido. Tsendik Tonto Sachus, Sachans, that's such a Marisa, the Bombo, de Mambo Euro, de Mambo Marisa to Coco, later, Pablo Besson, that is also Besson Casichinas, Chive number, Nathan de Ramis, Sajatra de Aquanchayom, Java Dan, and even Roy Bamis, the Lombati Bombo and Bombo Mom City Pentomas, the Sajati Jachimbona Tiki Pentoyo Mares. What in do the Pento Mara, what in this, not even over this.
Ngare dog.
Naris and water Medoe.
Where?
Send it on to Sachu, Sachu Naris and
Oh,
Narita.
인지들이 노long 좁아디 제마데르와 노long 쯔콜라지 노long 쯔콜라 드니 아니올라 보고라 쯔고 그도 정말 미딱 파리스 노long 쯔콜 말에
Madonna, Tensa Mare, Sabuti, they put Sabut Mare, Sabu Maya, those are so.
I think you have a different verse here. Now, here, Madini, can the not the Kabaritala.
On the send the Saju dance, Sajus and Sa Saju Saja the Chimbo, the Sajus and Bombo, of course, Bombo and Maris and Mamma Yorose, Bando, Lila, Talon Beso Casichina, or the Ranchivi Labande and Javadem, the Saja the Rayo Maste, Nate and the Rayo Mareste, Bomb says of Panto Ranchi Bondo, what is.
So maybe it's that like there's some kind of mix up here in the translation. So it mentions that maybe it's the next one, dominion. So anyway, Ruben says the next one is when at the time of death, also your maybe it's the dominion, but the place that you're from. So here there's Ngari, which is a place in Tibet. But it's generally your place, your surrounding, your community. Even if you are the kind of ruler of that place, when death comes, you're no longer connected to that place. It's no longer connected to you. And you will have to leave it all behind and go alone. And all of the community and the place is of no benefit.
Then that Tebe Chungor do it. Tebe Chungor, Chu Imagina, Chu Laring and Sonton to Juchiba Pemba Miss Rando. Tendua.
Going on here.
Tebe Chu or Show Young.
Oh, yeah. Okay, number 8 now. Yeah. Okay.
Tebe Chu or Show Young. Chu Imagina, Chu Laring and Sonto, so that Tebe Tebachi, Tombo Chungor Shukachi. The Chu now imagine the Mambo Chishina, Chu Imagina, then Laring and Sonto Grace. Or thing is on the which is or the Rakshasada, the Chungor Show, the Manchu Imagine so. Then you can choose last one day, that's a Yoruba. Donbazon to the Abozon Mato de the same time, and I younger one. What's the show? Then it's on the Juching the head, don't you say?
So then I guess we are already at verse number 8 now. So that is, it is useless not to conduct yourself in accordance with Dharma, because this will cause rebirth in the lower realms, even if you have entered the gate of Dharma. So many people, they enter the Dharma to begin with great devotion, with great faith, but then they eventually end up not really practicing the Dharma according to the Dharma. And then if the Dharma that they practice is contrary to the actual Dharma, then that Dharma becomes actually the cause for falling into the lower realms. So that happens when people, while they practice the Dharma, they mix that Dharma with the 8 worldly concerns. Or, for example, they are not properly keeping their vows. And so that kind of Dharma practice, and which is actually contrary to the Dharma, will lead to birth in the lower realms.
토삼라 로장네 추치니 시장 냠스만하나 제가 람도 치주미 페바미 소다 토바지 로종치 잠노당 또 야보 장디 틀은 토삼니 그로제 장도 베샤 야보 시효레스 베베자 야보 시장 냠스만하나 데 제가 라 팽마타 제 로송디 로송하다고 제 베샤디 시에데 시는 빙수 강야요 막我这娘是两个人，是娘是两个人，去完了，钱这边就是便宜的，是这么多人，娘是嘛，那都有想那提前便宜嘛，这送去啥的。
And then the next verse, it is useless not to practice after training your mind in hearing and contemplating, since there is then nothing to apply at the moment of death, no matter how much Dharma you understand. So somebody may study a lot of Dharma and even reflect on the Dharma. They may know many of the scriptures, even by heart. They may even have memorized many of the texts. But if you don't actually practice those words, then they will be of no help to you when death actually comes. So then you have collected great knowledge by memorizing many words, but that will not give you any assurance at the time of death. So you must actually put these teachings into practice. And then at the time of death, you will know how to take death itself as the path, how to practice at the moment of death. Otherwise, if you just accumulate a lot of knowledge without practicing it at the time of death, that is of no benefit.
他给为一年去冲突，有人的让了的铁轨米呢，空内有天其他门过偏把没事。他给为一年在去有人不对的，有人不的呢，在速度才把规划米。我这米呢，真的人在其他们就特别偏多有嘛的意思。我都别人都讲说呢，工地些讲说的，看我们些说的那种几块的意思。我真就别想到开心了。我真的让他给为一年了，第二时的那个在就嘛有第二时的那个偏个嘛的意思讲等于说在求新疆来结果的是学啥的，那这篇版面求就的是蛮多。
And then number 10, it is useless to lack faith and respect for a holy teacher, since you will not receive his qualities or blessings that way, even if you remain in his presence for a long time. So we can stay with a teacher for a long time, but if you don't really develop a faith and a respect, a devotion in that teacher, then you won't receive any of his blessings. And that is just like sitting beside a vast body of water and still dying of thirst. And so in the same way, you may be very close to a teacher, but then if you don't receive his teachings and practice his teachings, then just being physically together alone is of no benefit to you, is useless. So the teaching is that we actually, being next to a teacher, we also have to receive and practice the teachings. And so these are the 10 useless things.
可能我他做这些拉票啥的，他到底偏把没求就散的。就当我当初在2000年一三说的，在康图托的在前面大些往起修啊，其实真的退出提纲了，说退出才，做到的是，我听对这是他说，还来我那是刚在说，要是确实也是，这是把几波去的，就那讲呢，基地当然要我来是个啥的。
So these were 10 useless things. And so to summarize them, as for a practitioner, it's important to make the best of our time and practice as much as we can, because time is running out. We don't have so much time. And so practice with what the time you have, and also be content with what you have. Be happy with whatever you have, and do your best in practice. So,
可是那个可是没去把上给这当过这种碰到哎，
yeah.
啊这种俺老穷的多，你懂的啥的，拉平着要让花在那啥那把东西，那把东西这里穷的多，但是居民率在这拉风也是这样，居民率的年过他这么多些，那老穷多看到啊，不对哎，
Yeah. Oh, no, I think it is. So this picture that can you see that Ruben just shared? So that is a picture of him and also Nupa Rinpoche is in there, and that was on their way to Lapchi, going to Lapchi. So he wanted to share that because he just when talking about this illusory body and how it fleets by, just that picture came to his mind.
这是激动当然嘛，这就多他你就给啥了吧？
So that's how I looked before, and look at me now. And now have aged so much.
你真的眼里老大把那些。
Oh, that's about 25 years ago.
真的，大成咱们以前呢，真的大成西康这啥的，真的生活进嘛了，俺这里马起下，因是真的，这里给现今天中午东乡呢。
So we stop a little early for today, but we will continue next week, and let's dedicate with Chikden Songden's dedication.
Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root, and lineage lamas, divine assembly of yadams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, heroes, and heroines, yogini, and assembly of dakinis dwelling in the 10 directions, please heed me. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all sentient beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, pride, and jealousy not arise within my mind. May thoughts of fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. Even at death, may the torment of suffering not arise. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, and in the pervasive clarity of Dharmata. May I in any case gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo.
Thank you. 对不起，真的，我的生活进嘛有了吧？对不起，真的，我的你看吧，在咱国家就是三年考试，这些也是没是吧？
So well, thank you. We'll see you next week. And also Drupal is going to turn off his phone, so he's not going to be available.
我等我都看吧，就带没地方ไป上班，我提带没事。
Because he's in retreat, and so he doesn't check his phone at all these days.
Yeah, okay, thank you. See you next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great evening.
Thank you. Yeah, good night.
Good
Good night.
night.
那他就是你把切开了哇？你把干嘛？是不是？
Oh, it's 2:30
你
here.
把说，就当我说你把说话要的下当，但工作说，但是他总把他等我他把那里啥，他就是这现在去提供答应吧。
Yeah, it's 2:30 in
Yeah,
Hawaii,
okay.
and actually they started the session at 2. But he told them that he first has to have the teaching here, and so he will join them now at 3. But they already started the session.
Yeah, okay. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Nighty night.
Mhm.